If your PS2 stopped reading discs, there's a good chance that your laser has failed, so let's replace one. For this repair, you're going to need a bit set, a replacement PS2 laser, your PS2, and a soldering iron. To gain access to our laser, the first thing we'll have to do is flip over our PS2 and remove 6 screws underneath these 4 feet and these 2 plastic hatches here. And turning the console to its side, we can now remove the final 2 screws under these 2 covers here. And since we're tearing this down, I'm going to go ahead and remove my memory cards and my hard drive. Now that all of that has been removed and all of the screws are gone, we can just gently lift up on the very top of the machine and roll the top forward. And now we've gained access to our disk drive. By removing just a few screws, we're going to be able to take off this top plate, reveal our laser, and get to work. Now we can lift this top cover off to reveal that I was lazy and did not remove my video game the last time I played it. So go ahead and do that now. Next, we will remove these 2 screws here so we can actually take off the tray. With the screws removed, we'll just lift up on the left corner and gently slide this whole thing forward until it is removed. Now we have gained access to what we are here for, and that would be this faulty laser. So we're going to start by removing these 2 screws that hold down the tracks that it follows, so we can slide this off. So now we can lift up on this edge closest to us, and we can actually remove this pin, flip this upside down, and you can see we have 2 locks here holding this ribbon cable in. So go ahead and disengage these locks. That's 1. That's 2. And our ribbon cable has detached. For now, we can move this out of the way. We're going to turn our focus to the laser itself. There's the old one, and here's our new one in the box. So you can see there's a few similarities and differences between these 2 lasers. One being the old one still has this carrier mechanism, which we need to transfer over to here, and the other being this tensioner screw that needs to be moved over to here. That's the first part transferred. And there is our new laser equipped with all the old one's gear, so there's just one last step before we can install this. Now, possibly the most difficult step is actually desoldering these 2 little points here, as these are anti-static solder points, and if they remain intact, the lens itself will not work. Keep an eye on that and let me know when it gets hot. I think it's hot. So I'm going to use a desoldering wick. I'm going to place it on top, heat up those little blobs of solder, and they should be absorbed into the copper wick. There's 1. And there is 2. And now that these 2 traces are open, we can place our laser back inside our PS2, but first we need to flip it over and plug in our ribbon cable. Start by opening up the lock here. Then we flip and insert our cable, make sure it is all the way at the back, and push our lock forward on both sides, ensuring we've got a good, rigid connection. Now, we can place this pin all the way back through, lock this one onto there, slide the base of the pin towards the front of the machine in first, lay this one down. Then we can go ahead and put these little screws back in. The only thing left to do now is to test our new laser. So get this cleaned up. And it works. And I think that does it for this video. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. And as always, I appreciate your time and thank you.